What's going on, everybody? This is Cant. Here on this channel we talk about hair systems, hair loss, and overall just being a better man. Now what we're doing today is a little bit of a challenge. We're going to be taking a look at a bunch of hairstyles. We're going to be taking a look at photos of men to see whether or not we can tell that they are wearing a hair system. I've mixed together probably about 20 different images, and we're gonna go through them one by one, and I'm gonna ask you to leave your answers down in the comments below, telling me which ones you think are hair systems, which ones you think are real. Now, before we begin this, shout out to Lord Hair for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out the link in the description down below if you want a discount on your first hair system. Now, let's get to it. So here is how it's gonna work. We're gonna look at these photos one by one, and then we're gonna talk about whether it's a hair system or the person's real hair, okay? And why we might have been able to tell, why we can't tell. So photo number one, over to my left. So this guy right here does not have a visible hairline. Looks like he has pretty curly hair. This is not something we see in stock systems. What do you guys think? Do you think it's hair system? Do you think it's real hair? So guys, make sure that as we're going along, leave your comments down below. Even a comment on each individual picture is good, or you can save it all for the end. This guy right here is actually wearing a hair system. This is a photo from Hair Skiing, and they do a great job at doing some high-end hair systems. They don't really sell direct to consumers, unfortunately. So this is something that you do have to, at the moment, go to get from a actual stylist. But overall, I love this style. I think it looks amazing, and I love the waviness of the hair. That's something that's a really great distinguisher when it comes to hair systems, and I think that adds to the realism. All right, what do you guys think of this photo? This is photo number 2. Do you think it's a hair system, or do you think it's his real hair? So a couple notes, we see that this right here is kind of like a high fade. He's got a different natural color hair, and then this is colored on top to a blonde, like a very, very light, almost silverish blonde. Obscured hairline, so we can't really tell as well. Leave a comment down below with what you think. Now, this right here is actually this guy's natural hair. One thing that you'll see in the coming photos is that there is a blend between the styles that work for hair systems and some of these high fashion styles. So it gets really, really tough sometimes to tell what is what. All right, on to number 3 right here. Now, I don't know about his hair, but that beard, if anything, doesn't look real, because this thing is so thick, man. But hey, dude, some people just have amazing genetics when it comes to facial hair. So do you think this is his real hair, or do you think this is a hair system? Now, as a reminder, in the future, don't go zooming in on all the hairlines and all the hair and stuff like that. The goal is not to be right here. It's actually to see if you can tell with just a moment or two glance at someone's hair, whether or not it's a hair system. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. So this right here is this guy's natural hair. It's not a hair system. He does have either some slight recession, or this is his natural hairline right here. He still has his temples, but this is something I think that could pass as something that is a hair system right here, especially if you had good diffusion up front. It's thick enough, matches with his bio hair. It's a conservative style. I think this is achievable with a hair system. All right, this is photo number 4. Do you guys think that this is his real hair or a hair system? Leave your comments down below. Now, for me personally, I look at this at first glance, I didn't know it was a hair system, but this right here, he's got first he's got great temple region right here. So this is always really helpful when it comes to blending in a hair system. But for me, there seems to be just a slight texture difference between his natural hair and actually the hair system hair right here. Now, I had the luxury of obviously knowing this before I went through this, but I'm trying to be fair and saying like, hey, okay, is this a possibility that someone would be able to tell? To the average person, to literally 99.99% population, nobody would pick up on that. But I do think that there is a slight differentiation between his hair texture and the hair system texture as well. But overall, great look. And I think this is something that it's too much volume for me and my personal preferences, but dude looks great. Definitely like, you know, a high-end kind of metro style. All right, so this is photo number 5. This is a more raw photo. This is something that looks like it was just done fresh out of the barber. No editing or anything like that. Do you guys think this is a hair system, or do you think it's his real hair? So this right here is actually a hair system. This is taken from a random stylist that I found on Instagram. So this is something right here that you know, I'm not the biggest fan of this style, you know, these high fades right here, but on him, it seems to work. On this angle, it seems to work. Like this messy, disheveled hair does work in obscuring a hair system. He's got the hairline covered. You know, he's also got this little piece of bang right here that comes down, which I think if anybody has some receding temples, kind of having this side swept bang right here in the corner is always a little bit of a obscurer of what's going on in that region. So that's something that I like to do a lot. I don't actually have it going on right now, but a lot of times I do. All right, this is photo number 6. What do you guys think of this guy right here? Is this his natural hair or is it a hair system? So we obviously see that there is some difference in color up on top and on the sides, and it seems like there is a good amount of weight on top of his head, but it looks like he's got really thick hair naturally. So what do you guys think? Is this a hair system or his natural hair? This is actually a hair system. This comes from hair system Haydeck. To be honest with you guys, when I first saw this one right here, wasn't that crazy about this style and the look that they gave him. To me, it just seems like it's too much density up top, too much weight. You know, it could just be a preference thing, but I don't think that this is the most natural look. I think it could be a little bit better, especially kind of to suit his face. Now, styles are different in Europe than they are here in the US, and even in the US they're so different from area to area. I don't think this is the best hair system that I've ever seen as far as a total look, but it still looks good. I wouldn't be able to tell if I saw him in real life. All right, so here's number 7. This is a really interesting style and an interesting face. He seems to be mad at something and I'm not really sure what. Do you guys think this is a hair system or his natural hair? To me, I think this guy has a very long face, and I think that makes it interesting, like whatever hairstyle that he has. This is his natural hair though. We do see, you know, some of his temple region right here, and it looks like it is a fade right here, maybe a bald fade. This dude, it looks like he has pretty low density hair and it's just been styled pretty metro. I didn't really know when I saw this one right here. I was like, man, is that his real hair or not? Interesting look. Let me know what you guys think down below. All right, photo number 8. So this guy right here, a little bit more styled. This is the side view, obscured hairline. What do you guys think? Real or fake? This is actually this guy's hair. I just threw this in here because I think the style is really awesome. I think the curl is really awesome. And you know, we don't see a lot of hair systems from the side as the main angle, but I think we should, because the sides is important too. All right, this is photo number 9. What do you guys think about this? So we have the obscured hairline. We have a lot of weight and density up top. It's definitely styled to kind of look a little bit more spikier, porcupine look. Do you think this is real hair or a hair system? Well, it's actually his real hair. Once again, just styled kind of crazy, kind of modern. And I'm not really sure what's going on with this whole, if that's a tattoo or what. You know, these type of hairstyles right here with like the bangs coming forward is an easy way to mask a hair system and never have any issues with it. Never have to worry about any lifts, never have to worry about even what the front hairline really looks like, because you can just leave the hair down, and if you can get away with that style, it works. All right, guys, we're coming to the last 2 right here. So let's take a look at photo 10 now. So right here, we see another side angle. We see that he's got some purposeful dyeing up here on top, bleaching, and he's got some good temples right here. I've seen this look a lot with hair systems where the hair is kind of like swept down into the sides to cover up the you know, the line right here. And often my hair kind of looks like that as well on this side, if you can kind of see it. No, I got a little foof right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so anyways, so what do you guys think? Is this a hair system or is this his natural hair? Now, his hairline right here is very straight. This is something that you would see inside of a hair system, and if you don't look close, it really looks like it potentially could be a hair system, like a really good hair system. Once again, this is his natural hair, but I think it's really interesting because some of these hair systems are definitely blending the line between a hair system and natural hair as far as appearance. And I think, you know, at first glance, almost all of these are kind of imperceptible. There's very few of them that you're like, no, I know what that is. But with that, I say let's move on to our last one for today. All right, so this one right here is, I think, tricky. Do you think this is his natural hair or do you think it is a hair system? I think this one is going to catch a lot of people off guard, and I'm really curious to see if you got it right on your first guess. This is a hair system, and I think it's one of the best looks that I've seen from Haydeck. If we look at these lines right here where the hair on the top of his head meets the hair that is growing on the sides, man, it's so smooth, continuous, really looks like this guy has some natural stinking hair. I look at this photo all the time and I'm like, man, almost imperceptible. I think having a hairstyle that adds a little bit of shadow along the hairline can also be extremely deceiving and can give you a little extra breathing room when it comes to the believability of your hairstyle. Now, this is from Hair System Haydeck. I think it's amazing work. I think it's really good. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did any of these photos fool you? Did any of them get you? I've been starting to look through photos of people with hair systems, with people with their natural hair, and I'm just finding that the line is blurred. There's times when I look at people's hair systems and I'm like, that's gotta be their natural hair. It just is happening more and more. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this type of video. I think I'm gonna make another one coming up soon, but thank you to Lord Hair for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out the link down below. We'll see you guys soon.